Shep's a really nice dude. He's really good at football and lacrosse. He's weird sometimes. Like in the locker room, he gets really weird. He touches me.
He gives me nice hugs and he touches me a lot.
Shep, thanks for a great 4 years. Hard to really sum it up and put a bow on it here in a short talk. Kind of feel like I'm breaking up from a long-term relationship. Hard to see you go. Going to miss you a ton, but an unbelievable career. First thing I think about is Chester Cheeto and that awesome shirt that you wore all the time under your uniform, which sort of summed up sort of your unique and exciting personality. Shep did it his own way, but he also did it the Viper way. And in fact, I can't think of anybody who could sum up our 4 hallmarks of discipline, effort, toughness, and honor more than Shep. He embodied that on the field and off the field. On the field for us as a running back, he did it all. Tough yards, big plays outside, great blocker, could catch the ball, could even throw the ball. Almost played linebacker for a minute. Thank goodness that didn't stick, and we got him back at running back. But one performance that stands out for me for Shep was his Brennan performance junior year. Third round of playoffs, we needed everything we could get to get a big victory against a tough opponent, and Shep did it all that game, got every tough yard, every tough first down, led us to the 4th round of the playoffs. It was really an amazing performance that showed what kind of player he was, gave so much to this program. The lasting image of our last game this year, after it didn't go the way we wanted to, and talking to Shep, and he just looked at peace, and I knew it was because he was a guy who knew he'd give everything he could to the program at all times. Never cut a corner, incredibly coachable, great student of the game. Thanks so much, Shep. Awesome career, man. Love you, gonna miss you. Great job.
All right, Landon, your legs are really smooth. I like them a lot.
I've known Landon for a couple of years for both football and baseball. He's a great teammate and he's fun to be around. And when it comes to weight room, I have not seen someone who was breaking the law in the weight room so much. Whenever like Friday pregame lifts, supposed to be anglings, Holly just like has the stretch bands like. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Landon's a really nice dude. He always has a positive attitude, and when we're out at practice, it always just seems like he wants to be out there, and it kind of gives everyone else energy when we were practicing.
Landon, I remember when you first started here as a freshman, from day one on the field, you brought a spirit and an energy to this program. And I connected with it then, and I connected with it for 4 years, man. Loved coaching you, loved everything you brought to the program. I think of the passion and the energy that you competed with. In practice, man, you were one of our biggest energy givers. Even when you were out hurt, you always brought it. Maybe sometimes brought a little bit too much with all the diving for passes that we tried to get you out of. I can never seem to get you to agree with me on that. But otherwise, I loved what you did, a true Viper in every way. Pretty unique that Landon played offensive tackle as a sophomore in the varsity and then transitioned to his natural position of tight end, and pretty rare to be able to be an all-district performer at 2 different positions. That's pretty incredible. As a tight end, Landon had an amazing year this year, working in the middle of the field, getting big first downs, big catches in every way, and especially dominating as an edge blocker. We faced a lot of people that had a lot of defensive ends that were supposed to be really good and were talked up, and boy, they never performed great against us, and a big part of that was the way Landon just dominated the edge blocking, and a huge part of our success on the offense this year. Unbelievable career, Landon. Thanks for everything you do, and one more time for you. Woo!
Barbosa, you were a great teammate this year and for the past couple of years.
Ever since Barbosa was my teammate, I thought he was fun, he was chill, and I couldn't ask more for a teammate, although from time to time he'd be like so mellowed out, be like, yeah, I'm just not going to come to practice. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, whatever. And then, and this year, I noticed that he had like broken cleats and stuff. He'd be like, had like a hole like this big, he'd be like, Man, it's a big hole. I don't care. I'm going to kick with it anyway.
Barbosa, it's weird. I didn't even know you had a first name. It's weird for me to say it. Like, it might be the first time I've ever said it. Just always affectionately known as Barbosa. So I think Barbosa is one of those guys, an incredible team player who really, the kind of guy that's crucial to our success and why we're so good as a program. You know, and Barbosa, I just want to thank you for your contribution in that regard, whether it be how hard you worked at practice, whether it be how you helped Coach Winship this year, doing whatever it asked of you to set up, support in any way, and you were always there consistent with your effort, consistent in doing that. I know Coach Winship couldn't be here today, but he really had some words that he wanted to share of how much you meant to him. He just felt like you helped him and actually mentored him in his new role this season and helped him understand sort of how things work and supported him. And so he was very, very grateful for that. Obviously did a good job as a kicker when your number was called in the field, performed tremendously. Started out as an O-lineman, and then size-wise changed a little bit and ended up just being a kicker, but did a great job there. And again, just really, I think, dedicated to the team and dedicated to what we're trying to do, and that does not go unnoticed. So thank you so much for an incredible 4 years. Thanks so much for your humble consistency, and we're truly going to miss you.
Griffin, can you send me the assignment, please?
Dude, it literally took me 2 minutes. It's third grade English.
But I just need it. Like, I don't know how to do it, and I just need to see what it looks like. Can you send it?
Sure.
Thanks, bro.
Well, maybe with a redshirt year, you'd start on JV Silver. Good thing you're good at school because there's nothing in between your hands you can catch.
Will, I really enjoyed being in English with you, and when we would hang out in the locker room together. Love you, bro.
Will, you're the kind of player that every great team needs. Your effort, your enthusiasm, your character, they all added value to the team, and especially our position group. I don't know if you know this, but there are times throughout the entire season where you led just by having these character traits and just by being yourself. I know that in the future you're going to do great things, and Viper football is going to really miss you.
Vaughn, I've never met a kicker who has kicked my hand more than they've kicked the ball. Vaughn, I really don't know how you kick an onside kick behind the line of scrimmage instead of in front of it.
Vaughn, it's been amazing being your friend and being able to have someone to talk to every day and just enjoy life. And I know you like heavy metal music and being a metalhead, but sometimes it's not good to have lead being that metal.
Vaughn, you've been a good friends with me for these past 2 years. I like the way you kicked. I like to help out outside practices with you in the morning. I'm gonna miss this. And Kicker Nation!
Vaughn, you're a great guy. I love you, but nobody wants to hear heavy metal music in the locker room at 6 a.m. in the morning.
There you go.
Iceman. Man, can you have a better nickname than that? You just want to say it again. Iceman. No. Iceman, honestly, I think reached legendary status within the team. He's kind of like a rock star. And just appreciated by the guys for who he is, But when I think of Vaughn, how much he changed and improved and matured over 4 years in the program. Unbelievable, from this tiny freshman, scared and quiet freshman, to this all of a sudden confident senior who's kind of rocked up and big and willing to put himself out there with his teammates and incredible, and he worked really, really hard. He worked hard at being a kicker and developed there, and he worked hard in the weight room, and that's the part that even stands out for me even more. Developed physically, and that allowed him to be a better performer on the field. So really, really proud of Vaughn for that. He came out of his shell this year. He was so excited to be on the varsity, and he had enthusiasm and passion to be a part of that was so evident. Maybe sometimes just a tiny little bit too overzealous. Kind of thinking about that Hutto face painting incident for a second there, but we won't go into too much detail about that, Vaughn. But really, Vaughn did a great job as a kicker, could be counted on when we needed him, performed tremendously in the games, got in and did a great job kicking his extra points. Kickoffs were really on point, and just a fun guy who was who was always ready and committed to the team. Just had a tremendous senior year. Great growth, as I said. I'm really proud of you, Vaughn. Great career. Awesome job, man.